This is how I do my buttercream upside down trick to get nice sharp edges on my cake. I level off my 4 7-inch round vanilla sponge cakes. I get my turntable, an acrylic ganache plate and a circle of baking paper, and I attach the baking paper to the ganache plate with a little bit of buttercream or ganache. I use my scraper just to smooth it out so it's nice and flat, and then I flip what is going to be the top layer of the cake, and I just cover it with a nice thick layer of buttercream. This is going to become the bottom of the cake while I decorate it, so once I've covered it I flip it upside down onto the baking paper circle. I then fill the cake, this one was being filled with Kinder buttercream, and stack all the layers on top of each other. After I've done that, it goes in the fridge for around half an hour just to firm up. I did also do a white chocolate ganache dam around each layer just because it just still felt quite humid here, and also with it being so tall I just wanted it to be nice and stable. Once it had firmed up in the fridge, I went round with my crumb coat, which was vanilla buttercream, and I used my metal scraper just to go round, making sure it was nice and smooth. It then went in the fridge again until it had firmed up. I think this again was around half an hour. And then it was time to do the final coat of buttercream. I made sure my buttercream was nice and soft, spreadable, smooth consistency, and just went round with a really nice thick layer, just piling it on and scraping back, filling in the gaps and scraping back until I was happy with the finish. It really helps to run your metal scraper under boiling water because it helps get that nice smooth finish. Then, after it had firmed up again in the fridge, using a sharp knife, I cut off the excess and put some white chocolate ganache on the top that's going to become the bottom because I flipped it the right way, and then I carefully removed the acrylic disc and the baking paper. It didn't matter too much that the top wasn't really pristine because I was going to do a drip on it anyway. I did this drip with Melt and Pour by Sugar and Crumbs. I did add a tiny bit of dark chocolate because I was going to paint it gold, so I wanted a bit of a goldy base to work with. And the Melt and Pour just sets really quickly. So before I knew it, it was ready to decorate the rest of the cake. I added some gold cake charms, and then I also added some vanilla buttercream rosettes, as well as some sprinkles, some macarons, gold spheres and artificial flowers, and then I went round and painted in the drip with gold. I did 2 layers of gold luster dust mixed with Rejuvenator Spirit. I tend to decorate most of my cakes this way, especially buttercream cakes, just because I love the sharp edges that it gives. And here is the finished cake, and that's how I do my upside down buttercream trick to get a really nice finish on the outside of my cakes.